Yes, good morning, people. Welcome to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome to another pregame show on Chelsea Perspective. Today it is us, Chelsea Football Club versus Wolves, and I hope we get another win. Again, it's been, you can say the past 3 games, it's been mainly, predominantly positives for us, and I hope that continues. Again, I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Again, welcome back to the show. Let's get into it again. And I will, after that, take a look at what we have in the chat already and say hello to people. So thank you. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. All right, I know the lineup is already out. We'll start looking at in a beat, but I said there's a tradition here for us. It's important that I look at what we have in the chat because it is always interactive here. And I thank you all finding the time to join us this morning, this afternoon, whatever it is for you. For me, it is still 6:08 a.m. Again, I enjoy doing this, so I don't complain. Please always say Ronaldo come. Okay. Blue morning, afternoon, Kachila panel and chat. Let's get the 3 points today. Yep. I hope we keep building on the wins. So the two wins already on the ground, Potter, and then plus a draw. All positives again. I hope we continue doing well. Oh, Potter, when a Ronaldo he asked over to leave. I haven't heard that. Where did you get that from? And by the way, good morning to you, Liam. Then I hope you're doing well. Good morning to Nehemiah Fowler. I hope you're doing well. A lot of stuff for you. No wonder Nightbot timed you out. Please, when will they come? I cannot be waiting. I have some things to do. Again, you can go. It's not an obligation. You can go take care of whatever you have to do. Big up y'all. Let's go get the swing. Again, give it Tony. Nice. Yes, let's go do it. Let's go, Blues. Come on, you Blues. Keep the blue flags of flying high. However you want to say it, I am all for it. Come on, Chelsea. Up the Chelsea. Chelsea must win today. Chelsea for life. That's the truth. Again, big up, game day, Chelsea OG. Big up, brother. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. We have something. We have a collaboration schedule. Let me know your schedule so we can talk about it and get it done. Again, Santiago Munoz, nice to see you here, brother. I hope you're doing well. Again, I am sad. I don't want Alba to go. I don't think he's leaving. Again, cheers, all through the sun and the rain because London Cowboys is a name. And let me stop. Big up, everyone. Big up to you too, Glenn. I hope you're doing well. I remember you told us, that you caught the dreaded C word. I hope you're feeling better, brother. Sorry I didn't ask you yesterday. Again, anything else to address? If not, we'll start looking at what we should be looking at the game again, history and all that. That's great. And again, okay, great. I'm thinking that Glenn saying he's feeling the well. Just saw the lineup. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Eventually, again, Chalaba, we knew he was going to start. Again, this is not a game where you start Aspilicueta. I don't think he'd have the pace to deal with the pacey or what you call it, pacey Wolves attack. And I don't know if Diego Costa starts for them today. He's going to be, again, a very feisty customer to deal with. Not easy. And if he gets you wind up, then the better he does in the game. Not sure you could pick a worse back line from our squad. I don't think so. Again, I love the fact that Porter isn't afraid to rotate our players for this. We might see Kante regain his fitness. Yes, again, Kante, we don't need to rush him back. Again, you could say mismanagement, or you could say we seem to rush him back whenever he gets in. He recovers the slightest he recovers, we just rush him back into the game because of how important he is. I think part of managing his game and ensuring that he doesn't get injured again the moment he comes back is to not rush him back. Give him time to recover fully. He's a human being. He's not a machine. So I appreciate that comment. And then Gilbert Tony, exactly, they needed to rotate, but I'm actually glad that Pulisic is getting a shot. You never know with him. Again, he's a good player overall, and I expected him to start this game. Good afternoon. It's 3 p.m. for me. Still, okay, good afternoon to you too. Come on, you Blues. Let's go. Get it done. Get it done. Coach Aspie is behind you, brother. He cannot pass to the dressing room. Again, I love the background. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Glenn, more importantly, I'm happy that you're well enough to join the show. Again, I hope we will, again, on the last result of Blues. Yep, let's build on that last result. Chelsea win this one. We have to win this one. That's how I see it. And Oyabun-san says, yes, a preview time. Yes, a preview / lineup, again, reaction to the lineup. Let me show it here. And before I do that, again, I use this app for free. I'm not paying for it. I have the desktop version, but it's only fair that I give credit to those that have it. And again, you can also have it on your devices. If you're using Apple products, Android products, and Huawei products, you can download the FODMAP app. It's called the FODMAP. It's a brilliant app. It has statistics, again, complete history and everything you know. Again, live updates that things happen during the game. You get a lot. It depends on your setting, and it covers every football league in the world. So go give it a shot. Believe me, you will thank me later. So download FODMAP. You will enjoy it. So let's see what we have here with the lineup. Again, before we look at again the history or insights. Again, Kepa Arrizabalaga, I suspect it starts between the stick, and I'm not surprised. Again, he's done quite well. He wouldn't make any sort of sense to drop him to the bench. He hasn't put the foot wrong. And one thing I like about Kepa, I've started seeing, that it's a leadership behavior in him talking to his teammates, the younger ones in the team. That's a good sign for me. He's maturing. He's becoming even better. Again, he's more than just a goalkeeper for me. So again, if you haven't, again, take a second, like the video. We'll have 15 likes. Let's shoot for 100 likes before the show ends. And the back three, Koulibaly starts. He did well in the last game. Surprisingly, I saw somebody saying he was crap during that game. That's Koulibaly for you. The physicality he showed, again, the aggression he showed, that's him. Although, did I think he did it a bit too much? I think he did it a bit too much. But with time, as he adapts to the Premier League, his game will be even more polished in the Premier League. And we need him. Chalobah starts centrally. That's the surprising aspect for me. I wouldn't start Chalobah centrally, to be honest. I'd rather him start on the left, while, again, Koulibaly starts centrally. Chalobah, I don't think will be able, I don't think Chalobah will be able to deal with Diego Costa's, again, behavior. Diego Costa, the way he behaves on the pitches, he starts with his behavior. He starts, trying to get you to be unsettled, or trying to get you, to try to get at him. And if you the moment you start doing that, he gets the better of you. So again, maybe Chalobah isn't starting centrally. I'd rather, for me, if I were Potter, I'd rather Koulibaly start central and Chalobah starting on the left. Cesar Question starting, I'm not sure. Again, for me, my back three would have been Koulibaly centrally, Cucurella left center back, again, while Chile plays the left wing back position. And on the right hand side, you could just, you can start Aspilicueta, because we don't have too many options there. Gallagher and Jorginho, for me, that's the surprising one. But we'll see what happens. We thought, okay, maybe the whole playing Gallagher in the 6th role, or whatever you want to call it, it's Thomas Tuchel thing, and we hated it because Gallagher would do more for the team if he plays in as one of the 2-8s. But I believe Potter knows what he's doing. And again, surprise, surprise. Maybe if that isn't the case, we'll find out. Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing in the right wing back position. That shows you that, again, Potter doesn't differ that much from Thomas Tuchel. Again, the same thing. And probably he's seeing Ruben Loftus-Cheek play in that position, except if the game starts, we get to find out that he isn't really playing in that position. Jorginho, yes, I expected him to start. I'm sure he didn't start the last game, probably because he was being, he was left on the bench just for him to recover fully. Potter likes to keep the ball. He likes to play out from the back. And Jorginho, as much as we know we're well acquainted with his deficiencies, he's the best we have that can help us, fulfill that role. Mount, one of the 2-8s. Pulisic starts. I'm not surprised. I think he deserves to start. And rotation is also key. With the games are coming in thick and fast. Again, no single player can play all the games, like that and not get burnout, which is dangerous. So we're the squad overall is richly blessed with talent. So it's important that we rotate. And Kai Havertz, again, centrally, I hate to see him here. I think I'd rather him be deployed as one of the 2-8s, but probably because it'd be fluid, you'd see him rotating positions with Pulisic and Mount. I'm not that too concerned. So, but let's see what happens. Let me get a bit of stuff while we have in the chat, and I'll get the panelists their thoughts on the lineup. Here we have, again, I love this rotation, although I don't see goals. I think we have a good enough talent there to get goals. Pulisic, again, one thing you will get for him is that on his day, when he's fit and ready to go, he'd always get into the box. And if you can get the ball to him, you can say at least six times out of 10, he put it in the back of the net. Again, I hope he showed the form he showed when he came out from the bench to make a difference with Conor Gallagher. I don't think we should have a Potter rotating players with that's how we always are going to do it. I think it's more so Potter trying to see what he's got on the squad and assessment. Do you really think so? I don't think it's still. I think he knows them well enough to know, the combo for each 11 that he starts. But I think you make a good sense. There's a chance he's also trying to find out again what these players are capable of doing in a match environment rather than training. I think I understand that. Hope we'll build on the last resort up lose for life. I think we're capable of doing that. But the lineup, I think for me, I'd say the change is too many. That's how I see it. I hope we don't start seeing a disjointed performance or lack of cohesion, if you prefer. I doubt it's a back three. Looking at it, okay, 2 central defenders, Koulibaly and Chalobah, and Aspi to the right, Kukurea to the left. That's a chance that's the case. But I haven't looked. Usually you find the correct structure on the fifth stand. I haven't really checked there. Again, it's Aspi, Chalobah, Koulibaly, Kukurea as back four. Maybe that's the case. But we'll get to find out when the game starts. This looks more like, again, the Thomas Tuchel days when it's cup game. Good luck figuring out the structure. You just couldn't figure out the structure until the game starts. And if you're able to see the real, again, structure in the fifth side, please let us know. It's not a back three. Okay. It's a four, more like it. Yeah, it makes sense now. 4-2-2-2. By the looks of it, again, a Ruben J5 pivot. Again, not really pivot again, but I understand what you mean. Gallagher in Mount 2-8. Okay, thank you very much. It makes perfect sense now because I'd be surprised if he starts a Gallagher that deep. It just doesn't make sense. He can't read the game. Yes, he can put in some good tackles, so he's better off as one of the 2-8. So yeah, maybe that's really, I think you're correct. Here's just a juicy question. Is Mason Mount simply undroppable? Again, key to this squad, or does he have 8 lungs? Great to see James getting the rest. Why not Mount? I'm not sure. Maybe again in the last game, the game against AC Milan, he did better than he did than the game before. So maybe it's just giving him a run of games to recover his form fully. I don't think he's mentally tired at this point. I think maybe he needs to recover his form fully. Maybe that's the case, or maybe he's undroppable. I simply do not know. Like I argued the last time, we don't have too much to work with in terms of predicting what a Potter is doing or what he is trying to do. 5 subs in the second half, and we score 3 goals. I hope to see that. Let's not run this kid into the ground like they did with Kante, Rooney. There are other players. Again, I don't want us to overplay Mount as much as I think he's good enough. Again, I don't think we should. Yeah, I think it makes sense. We should not, again, run into the ground. Big up Kachila and Pana. Big up to you too. The Queen of the House, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for finding time to join. Straight to the panel. And I'll start with you, Roger. Your thoughts on the lineup. Again, and good morning to you. Good morning to Bobby. Good afternoon to you too, because it's afternoon already where you are. Again, what your thoughts on the lineup? Again, especially you, Roger, at this point. Would you have done anything differently, or you're good the way you concur with the lineup?
Blue morning, sir. Blue morning. And hello, Bobby. Good afternoon, sir. So,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a back 4.
Hey, pick up, Roger. Big up, guys.
Big up. So most definitely a back 4. It makes sense now, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was thinking it's possible. So, like his very first game, a back three when we don't have possession and a back four when we do, possibly, just like actually Tuchel did. But I look at this more, as I said about a week or so ago. I think when we play, and I really respectfully mean this, the lesser teams, like let's say the non-big six or the other remaining five, I think we're going to probably use a back four more often for obvious reasons, because we have more attacking prowess. Or we use a 3-5-2 when we play the other ones. But I look at this as a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2.
Yeah, keep going with the twos.
That's a Bowley new configuration, right? No, but seriously, I see that. In one breath, we're saying, I hope we haven't made too many changes. But on the other, and in the same breath, we're saying, why isn't Mount dropped? So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But there's only, how many changes have we made from the previous game?
Okay, Havertz, Pulisic, Gallagher, Cucurella, about 4 of them. 5.
Right, 5. So that's quite a.
So how many, Ty? Let's count it again. We have Kai Havertz, Pulisic, that's 2. Gallagher, that's 3. Jorginho, that's 4. Cucurella, that's 5. Chalobah didn't start, so that's 6, that's 7. So Ty is correct.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. So, you have to keep some players in. I don't know what the health status of Mendy is, but it looks like Kepa is.
No, I wouldn't even touch the goalkeeping area, but go ahead.
Right. I'm just assuming, but usually you have one goalkeeper, a primary one for the league, and one for the cups. Now, a lot of the time, also that goes with the league, goes with also the Champions League, but sometimes they differ also depending. So it looks like Kepa's our starting number 1, which I have no problem with. I love them both. I think they both bring strong attributes. I'm glad to see Pulisic, because I know, Coach, you'd be pulling your hair out if he didn't start today.
He deserves to start, but go
ahead.
No,
I concur. I was like, what if he doesn't start? I was thinking that this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be hell to pay. But he deserves it. You're right. I believe everyone deserves a fresh start under a new coach, unless it's unless you see me on the starting ground, then that's different. So yeah, I Havertz. I'm glad to see Havertz back. I like Kai a lot. And I love Loftus-Cheek. I think this Cucurella, I think it's excellent. I think it's a good rotation. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Is this too many changes? Well, only time will tell. But I'm glad we're doing this. I'm a little bit. I mean, it would be too much to have Chukwuemeka start, but I would prefer him. I'd love to see him. I can't wait to see him. I'm dying to see him play.
I honestly do think it's too many changes for me. Usually when that happens, it's either we don't start well, or throughout the game we would see a disjointed performance.
Of course.
I hope again, but I trust Potter. Probably he's seen them well. He's seen them long enough to know if I made these too many changes and have this particular player on and the other one on, we don't have again the cohesion issue. Again, that's me speculating. I'm not sure, but I hope I don't see it. Again, I've followed this game long enough. Too many changes. Again, it is not good enough. But go ahead.
It's a recipe for disaster when that transpires. I get it. Yeah. No, I think this is good, and I actually, well, obviously because of Fofana is injured, but I was hoping that Chalobah and Koulibaly would start in a back 4. So asking, he shall receive. So this is good. This is a solid lineup, in my opinion. Everyone I wanted to see start is starting for the most part, based on the fact that it's sandwiched in between the 2 AC Milan games. I need to put that forward, because that's a very important part of the equation.
Yeah, just quickly before I go to Bobby, again, Mount is the glue of this team. No matter how you see it, I know you hate him or love him, he brings something different, unique. Again, his energy, more importantly, that's why even when on his worst day, he's still on the pitch. And again, the last game, he wasn't bad. Again, it's just that he hasn't reached that form we know he can reach. Again, but that's, by the way, Mount is our boy. Again, he's a true blue. That's no taking away that from him. And Ty, just y'all and everyone in the chat, it's been a long time indeed, and I miss you, brother. Thank you for finding time to join us. If you haven't, again, go check out Ty Talks YouTube channel. We want him to reach 1,000 as soon as possible. He deserves to be there. Good content, great, again, football analytical mind. If you haven't, you have to go try Ty Talks YouTube channel. Ty, when we get a chance, please share the link to your channel. No one is undroppable. That is just the truth. I think at one point, I think Potter himself would drop him so he gets a rest. We don't want to run him to the ground. The back line isn't concerning. Not really concerning, but I'm not sure if really this is again. This is you can say the way it is on the club's website. Though it still says it is a 3-4-2-1. I'm not sure why. Again, but it makes better sense for it to be 4-2-2-2 or 4-3-3 rather than this structure. Because why would Chalobah start centrally? It just doesn't make sense when we have Koulibaly, who's again you could say better on the ball. Again, a more experienced. Again, I don't think Chalobah leads essentially if Koulibaly is on the pitch. So this structure here could be wrong. Even if we're going by this structure, I don't see Chalobah starting centrally. But we'll see if Potter does that. Maybe there's something he knows that we don't know. Chelsea need a replacement for Reece James. Not really a replacement, no competition. It's a language. Again, if he is rested, Aspilicueta is getting aged. That's why Chelsea need to look at a partner for him, like a Cucurella and Chile, plus maybe on that side we probably may well end up adding Vadio to that area. So on the right hand side we don't have too many, except if it's a 4 at the back and Aspilicueta starts at the right back position, then I wouldn't worry that much. But I get your concern. What Chelsea need to look at again for him? Yeah, I've read that. Isn't the back line concerning? Not really concerning. Again, even if it is those three there, as long as Koulibaly starts centrally, I'm not concerned. But like I said, Potter, he sees these guys day in, day out on the training ground, so he knows what he's doing. And the back line is very Us being a back of 4. Again, a C-star. My sister, we need to talk. I told you I need some elements from you to complete your work. But that's, by the way, again, I'm just happy you're back and you're always available, joining the shows and all that. And I can't wait for you to host a live show so we can bring the fight to your domain. If Pulisic struggles, again, Potter will know definitely that he is a rotation player. I don't think it's struggle. I hope he takes the opportunity that he has right now. He's capable of doing more than he's done for us. His injuries hasn't helped. Again, one thing I don't want to see from him, I love him as a player and I know what he's capable of doing, but I don't want that behavior that the fan base will interpret as if though he doesn't want to be here, and the tweet from his dad and all that. I want all that to stop, please. Here is the link to Ty Talks YouTube channel. Please do me a favor. If you love Chelsea Perspective, believe me, you'd love Ty Talks YouTube channel. Go check it out. Let him know I sent you. Here we have, again, our right side is concerning, really. Again, we'd love that to see if that's the structure, but we'll see what happens. Again, I meant, isn't the back line concerning? I understood that was what you were saying. It's okay. It's not into the bridge last night and covered GoPros with Alpha Wolf. Stop, please just stop. Bobby, coming to you, brother. The lineup overall, and I know we said good morning to each other. Again, how are you doing, bro? And what do you think about the lineup? Would you have done anything differently? Too many changes for you. And remember, as you're looking at the lineup, consider the fact that we have a very, very, you could say, crazy customer in Diego Costa, who his approach, again, he starts by winding the defender off, trying to get them, you're trying to, behave as such, wherever, again, when once you start doing that, you see the best of Diego Costa. And your thoughts on the lineup, Bobby?
Sorry, I have to mute.
I know. I'm used to that. Good.
There's no such thing as too many changes in a situation like this, where we have 2 games a week. There has to be rotation. It's either rotation or permanent injury. I'm glad that Thiago Silva isn't even on the bench, but the problem there is that, you see, this exposes some deficits in our squad depth. It's not quite deep enough. It will disappoint me if Chelsea, and it's something we're looking to see, are a team that cannot make 7 changes and still play effectively. That's the problem as far as I'm concerned. And we need to be able to do that. Now, we're going to find out today there is concern about that, and I share that concern. Aspie, whether it's right centre back, right wing back, or right left back, is really a bit of a problem. Yes, he's the club captain. That's probably partly why he's there. Look, we can't play three at the back. If we do, the midfield collapses. Who's going to be in there? Jorginho and who? Kovacic or Gallagher? It's not good enough. If we go and put Aspie as a wing back, he's shown that he's struggling with that in his old age. Chalobah, is he a wing back? I don't know. It's questionable. The issue with our squad depth is concerning. I'm still very concerned that we're not even seeing Zakaria on the bench. I need to know what's going on with that guy. Is he injured? What is the point? I thought we've gone past this carrying dead wood around in the squad. I don't want to see that. I would rather see somebody from the academy sat on the bench. What is the point in having a player even being given a Champions League position and we can't play him? I don't like that at all. But apart from that, yes, we need to make the rotation. We've made the rotation. Now, Mr. Pulisic, either you perform and score goals or you keep your effing mouth shut. Sick of these players. I'm so sick of these players. You've got your chance. They've had minimum chances. I don't want to hear a game from any player or any fan talking about game time. Oh, he needs to go. I want to hear it. I'm sick of it. It's BS. He's got his time. He's had plenty of time. Now
tell me how you really think.
Use it. And you know why I'm talking so strongly is because personally, I would have given Brozier a start today. But I get it. He's young. He's on the bench. He's feeling his way in. But sooner or later, he's got to give Brozier a start. Chukwuemeka, I get it. He's on the bench. He's on his way in. I hope he gets on the field. I really do. And we can at least see what he can do. But all these people like Pulisic, I need to play, all this nonsense. Listen, mate, you've had your chance. Let's see you. I must say, against Milan, when he came on, he didn't do badly. It's not good enough. He's got to score. He's got to score. Get in there, score goals. Let's see what you're about, so we'll start playing you more. Anything else, just keep your mouth shut, and that's it. So we'll see what happens today. It's not going to be an easy game. I don't know why people think this is going to be an easy game.
Yeah,
it's
never is. If you've been following Chelsea, games against Wolves hasn't been easy for us, especially of late.
Yeah. It's winnable. Of course it is. But, we've got to earn it. We've got to earn that victory here today.
Bobby, you're so vague.
No, Bobby, it's really, again, he was ready to spit it. Old Havertz, Kai Hart says, for me, Jorginho slows the game down when he plays. Again, you could say, again, we were better off in terms of progressing the ball quicker, again, being very direct when he wasn't on the pitch against AC Milan. But at the time, the game needed him for us to just control the game. And he came on, he did the job. And if you could see the impact of Kai Havertz too, when he came on, the attack became a more fluid and we're able to keep the ball better there. But like Bobby said, again, spice it up with goals and we take the performance. However well you play, when you get a chance, put away the chances. That becomes the icing on the cake to your performance. And we take that. No worries, we'll talk. Again, I like the word partner indeed. They should make each other better. That's the truth. By pushing each other, by competing with each other. We don't do backups. We don't use the language backups here. Actually, whenever we talk, and here's Christian Pulisic's lawyer, my brother, Coach Chris. Again, welcome to the chat today. He says he gets one chance to prove himself. Again, you can do anything with one chance. I'm not saying one chance is enough. But again, you can take your opportunity with one chance. And if anybody is, here's the truth. As much as I wanted him to leave because I followed him and Thomas Tuchel and for a long time, knowing that Thomas Tuchel don't really see him. Again, he didn't really see him as a starter. I wanted him to leave. I know he's a good player. I know under some managers he'd do even better than he done under Thomas Tuchel. But under Thomas Tuchel, you could argue his injury, the injuries he had then didn't help. Though, again, my point is, after everything, he's capable of taking his chance with just one opportunity. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need 10. He's good enough to take it with one opportunity. And I think he's a confidence kid What happened? I don't know. Robin George, nice to see you again today, brother. I hope you're doing well. Managers come and go. Mount is permanent. That's a delicious comment. Again, there's something they see in him. Probably, again, his commitment is next to none. Even on his worst day, you see him, commit 100% to the cause, again, to help the team win the game. Zachariah said he was ready to play. Any reason why he isn't on the bench? That's something I just do not understand. And I've been waiting for somebody during interview to ask, currently, maybe I missed it, to ask Porter about Zachariah. I haven't seen that happen. Maybe his response will tell us whether he sees him as part of the team or not. But nobody has done that. If it was when my friend, again, was Nichelle, when he was, again, about Nichelle, I think he covers La Liga now, one of the clubs. When he still comes to Chelsea's press conference, he probably might have asked him that question because Zachariah is his countryman. But I need somebody to ask him that question so we see how he sees him. My man has played like 100 minutes all year. It's a new era. It's a clean slate for him, coach. Let him take the opportunity. I hope he does because I like him. Chelsea win today. I see that happening too. Yes, I didn't play against Milan. And I expected him to start against Milan, really. I have to say that. Chelsea never make it an easy game. We're all... Be careful, all Harvard guy, please. It's absolutely ridiculous. A man barely played, but he's supposed to come in and start killing it right off the... Again, look, what if he's not able to perform whenever he's called upon, then what is he doing in the team? Coach, don't make his excuses here. The kid is good enough to make an impact whether he starts or not. He showed that against Crystal Palace. He has 90 minutes now, and believe me, he's capable of helping us win the game. He has that in him. Let him just be confident. I know in most cases it's not easy for players to come in and just start firing in all cylinders. They need to play a stretch of games, but that's not possible at Chelsea. We rotate, especially this period, that the games are coming in thick and fast. He's not going to get the chance to play too many games. So he's capable of taking the opportunity. Let him do it, and I'm all here for it. We must beat Milan. That's next week. Let's win this one first. A second start all season, but Mount starts every game and still hasn't scored a goal. Let's not start whataboutism there. That's what that's becoming. Chris Goodman, again, Slim just assisted on a winning goal, and it's still like a no love. Just admit you don't like him. I don't know who, not me. I don't know who doesn't like him. But again, a big up, guys, in the chat. Please smash the like button. See how creative Bobby got there. Please, if you haven't, take a second to like the button, to like the video. Let's get it to 100 likes by the time the show ends. And remember, we have a watch-along scheduled for the sister channel. I'd like to see you all there. I want to see Zachariah. I've accepted that they won't play Carney for all while. So here's the thing. Carney actually will get the chance to play before Zachariah does. And that's how I see it. Carney, if he wasn't, again, ill, I think he would have started the game against Crystal Palace because he did well in the behind closed door match, again, where he scored 2 goals and all that. We like the man, Chris. Chris is his lawyer, like I told you. So, yes, again, Ty Talks, the link to Ty Talks YouTube channel, go check it out. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. So, Ty, let me bring it to you now. Is Ty gone? I thought he was here. But that's by the way, Ken. Let's talk about the 2-8. Because I'm not sure really this is the lineup, but the Chelsea website says it is indeed. Let me show it to you guys. It still says 3-4-2-1. Again, as you can see here, this is the Chelsea website. It says, is this a 3-4-2-1? And if it's indeed a 3-4-2-1, then the most likely, placement of these players will be like this, with maybe Koulibaly centrally. I'm not sure. It's not easy to tell until we watch the game.
This happens weekly. So
yeah, this is like the third time now on the ground, Potter. Yeah. Do you think it's intentional? It's designed to not to make the opposition not to really understand what we want to do.
Well, it's open to interpretation because it could be coincidental. The fact that you have Cucurella that can play multiple positions and therefore disguise the fact you could be a back 4 or back 3. And the same with Azpilicueta. So no, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. It is what it is. It's I don't think it's a matter of him disguising it. I think it's a matter of the fluidity and the ability of these players to be more dynamic. So no, I think it's fine. But with regards to like the BBC app and other places have always shown like it's going to be a back three or back four. They've got it wrong virtually every week. So and even with last year too. So I don't go by these formations. They're often wrong. So
yeah, they often get the structures wrong.
And
but
also,
the confusing thing is that we have the same thing on the website. I guess we're not going to be able to tell until again the game starts. But go ahead.
And often, don't forget, he changes formations based on with possession and without possession. So did Tuchel occasionally too. So it's definitely open to interpretation because you can play multiple formations, but by having a binary of either with the ball or without the ball. So does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a difficult one to tell. Yeah.
But Bobby pulled a really good point. I hadn't noticed it. Zakara, yet again, I'm. And I've listened to all of Potter's press conferences so far since he's been a coach for 1,000 years with us, and no one's ever mentioned Zakara, his status. No one's asked him that, so I think it needs to be mentioned because what is his status? Like in the NFL, you have an injury list. I mean, and it's supposed to be accurate, otherwise the teams get fined. And I wish the EPL had that. I'd like to know the status of each player, whether it be injury or why isn't he in the roster? Why isn't he on the actual, even the subs bench? So I'd like to know. I'd like for us to follow that model in some regards. It gives us more insight, more knowledge depth, so we can understand what's transpiring.
Yeah. Again, all just says that this ballistic fans are deluded, calling that they're winning. Again, winning assist. Broke no lines in the past, and Connor had to score a 40-yard. Again, no matter how you see it, I get the argument. I know, no matter how you see it, again, he drove with the ball into the box, and when he didn't find space, he dropped it for Conor Gallagher. No matter how you see it, it was his assist. Even if Connor took it from the center half, it was still his assist. Just give him the credit. Again, he did well overall. Ruben at right wing back is not sure about this. Again, he's played there before, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Again, the truth remains we're not certain what the structure is really until the game starts. Why isn't Kante playing? I wouldn't even call for Kante to start this game. Let's let him recover fully, which we didn't do under Thomas Tuchel. Under Thomas Tuchel, it was again the slightest. Again, the moment he starts training, boom, the next match he gets thrown into the game. Let's give him time. We have to manage him carefully this time. Looks like a back four again. Aspie at right back is a worry, and no Sterling cover and or Oba. To me, yes, I understand the importance of rotating the team. If anybody, I would have taken up Sterling. I think he needed to be rested, but I think the changes overall is too many for me. That's how I see it. But I trust Potter, and I believe he knows what he's doing. They're saying on the review show that it's a 4 at the back. Okay, so let's believe them. And the website say it's a 3 at the back. The club's website, but I don't think that's the case. And these guys usually they get it wrong, but as the game progresses, they switch it up when they find out the correct formation. Ruben is good at right wing back. Yep. Again, what you have to pay attention to, even when Ruben is deployed there, you pay attention to the application. Not really because he's playing there doesn't really mean that he is he's a defender. No, it's a hybrid role, and he predominantly overloads the midfield and gets closer to the final third and all that. His primary responsibility there isn't really to defend. Again, let me see what else we have there. Had to be said, though, I am so excited to see Diego Costa back. And just wish he hasn't playing. He isn't playing against us. Yeah, good wish right there. I hope they're able again to deal with how do I phrase it, with a feisty game approach to the game. Diego will score against us. Joy Chico should be careful what you say there. This team can play either 3 at the back. or a 4. That's the truth. This selection here, if it is a tray at the back door, I don't see Chalobah starting centrally. I don't think he's experienced enough to do that. If you were Ampadu, I'd say yes. Again, he can fulfill that role excellently. If you want, Koulibaly has a touch like a trampoline, especially in the Milan game. Trampoline in terms of it bounces off his leg. No, I think he's well. Again, he's well technically endowed in terms of football, his footballing skills. If anything, maybe it was a mistake. Again, Captain America must know that the stakes are high. Again, this isn't Dortmund. I think he knows that, and he's proven he is capable of doing it at Chelsea. It's just some factors hasn't really, again, worked with him. Diego will not score. I hope he doesn't. Chelsea will struggle to win it in today's game. Wow. Again, pessimism. Let me see. Why are we all obsessed with this Zach guy? His training and still the coach doesn't even think he deserves the thanks. Yeah, something isn't quite right there. That's the truth. Pick up everyone. Todd Boehly. I'm trying to find out who changed their name to Todd Boehly and is always here. Todd Boehly, hi. You signed Ronaldo in January. Good conversation. Just quickly, I'm going to go to Ty. Ty, your thoughts on the lineup overall. Would you have done anything differently, or you're fine the way it is? Again, let us know. Too many changes for you. And really, what do you think the structure is?
First of all, I think the structure is a 4 at the back. I wouldn't have started Havertz as the false 9, but I mean that's the choice, and I think it's about just being patient, in terms of Broha starting games and playing more games and getting more minutes. I do have a concern a bit with Aspi as the right-sided player. And I'm just hoping that, we don't see a repetition of what happened against Southampton and in other games where he's outrun, he's making mistakes and he's making errors that are avoidable. So I can only hope that nothing bad happens, but I do have a little concern, especially considering that Wolves are energetic, they have pace, and especially on that side, the player that's going to be playing on that speed side, it's a player that we need to be careful for, and he'll be desperate to make a point as well. Obviously, Wolves are without a manager, so it's about player management. So they're gonna be coming hungry, and I mean, it's ironic because that's technically their name. So I'm hoping that we don't see any repetition of what we saw with Aspi every time he played this season on that side. So I'm just hoping for the best. I don't really think there's any other problem. I can understand the rotations because we have an important game in the week. So obviously we needed to rotate and we needed to rest players. And like Bobby was saying as well, I'm happy that Silva is not on the bench and he's not playing, because I think he should have gotten a rest probably 2 games ago, because I think he was playing back-to-back games 3 days apart. I didn't think he was healthy. So I'm happy he's getting the rest. And to me, that just indicates that, he could potentially start again, in the week. So I'm just hoping for the best. But I just think that it's a 4 at the back. And hopefully, if this is what Poch wants to do and, try to change from a back 4 and back 3 alternatively, and then I'm all for it. But I just think that eventually you have to stick with something so that chemistry can be developed, consistency can develop. But I mean, it's still early days. He's still trying to get an understanding of each player, and there's some players that are still yet to play under him enough so that they can make a statement or make a point or prove something or show what they can do. So it's just about just hoping for the best, and that's all I can do. I'm just just hoping that the lineup works, and whatever plan he gave to them, and whatever he told them to do, and what the plan to execute is, I'm just hoping that they're able to do it. I just have to hope.
Yeah, Ty, given again, if we're really playing a back 3 system, the question I want to ask is it's starting to look as if it was a mistake to let Ampadu leave alone. There's no telling whether he was the one that asked her to leave. Because if we're playing with a back 3, if Silva isn't playing, Ampadu has shown he's able to lead that back line. Now, it's again, really, what do you think, Ty, while I'm still with you? Again, let's assume it's a back line, that body is available. You could argue Talibot just starts on the right because he's quicker than Aspilicueta. And again, in Ampadu starts central and Koulibaly starts on the left. I wouldn't mind Ampadu starting centrally. He's capable of doing that comfortably. Your thoughts, Dai, it's starting to look like it was a mistake to have let him go.
No, there was a lot of mistakes of letting go centre backs because I think there was not much plan into it. I know we like to wait on actual centre backs. We have players that we can play as centre backs, but that's not their primary role. So it's coming back to bite us because I mean nobody could have predicted that Fofana was just going to pick up an injury like that. But at the same time, you need to be prepared, and I guess although there's not much clarity on if Ampadu asked to leave or if it was a case where the club made a decision that he needs to go on loan because of whatever reason, I think it would have been best to keep him because despite him not getting enough time in preseason or what I don't consider to be preseason but was preseason, he, like you said, he did give that impression that he can lead the line, and considering the fact that he has been a player that has been playing as a midfielder and as a centre back or in the central role of a back three, it was very sensible to do that and to keep him because you need somebody that can, I don't want to say understudy, but somebody that can be that player. If you cannot have Silva, you have somebody that is still able to lead the line from the back and in the middle. And despite Ampadu being young, he doesn't act like he's a young player that is still learning. He acts like a player that he's been playing for years at a professional level. So I think it would have been ideal to keep at least Ampadu so that you have somebody that can actually be there should Silva need a rest. And I mean, it's unfortunate that was not the case. But I think this game probably would have been, it would have been good if we could have had an Ampadu or somebody that could fill into that Silva role. And you don't really have much concern to say that, okay, is he going to be Koulibaly? Is he Chalobah? So there's going to be a lot of confusion. But I mean, we just have to see what we have. But I would have definitely kept Ampadu because now it looks as if it was something that was necessary.
Yeah. It was a mistake overall. Again, that came to mind immediately when Bobby started talking about it. Just quickly, let's look at the insights here. Chelsea are ranked 11th in goals scored per match, 1.4 goals per match. Chelsea and Wolverhampton Wanderers, again, have drawn their last 3 matches against each other. That was why I said again, of late we've struggled to beat them. We're unbeaten in our 8 home games so far. Again, ranked 20th, they don't score that much. Haven't scored in their last 2 matches. This is, again, I'm so concerned about the Charity FC stuff, but it looks like we've overcome it. We've beaten 2 teams, done quite well against 2 teams that have had a lot of players out injured, which is usually when that is the case, Chelsea struggle or lose the games. And they haven't scored in 3 away matches. So, again, the insights here, because statistically, if you look at it, we've scored again in all all home games. In the home games we've played under Porter, which means again we have the chance to score, and they may not score, and then we end up winning the game. But that's, by the way, we have just a few minutes, about 2 minutes more to round off. I'm gonna ask you this question now, Roger. It's becoming clear that letting Ampadu go was a mistake, and it was Bobby that made me really think about it. Yes, we have a big squad, but it's not well balanced. We lack, again, depth in the defensive area. What do you think, Roger?
Yes, we're top heavy in offense. Tomori and Ampadu. I know Ampadu's on a loan, but I was shocked because I've watched him and I've liked him. You watch all the Wales games. He's excellent. A lot of the time he's in holding midfielder, but he plays beyond his years, and putting him out on loan was really befuddling. And the same for us selling Tomori. I was so shocked. But by the way, I want to quickly add that Ty, I like your video on Conor Gallagher. It was excellent. Thank you. But yeah,
I gave him the idea.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding. Please, if you haven't, Ty he has a new series, again, the player profile series.
Yeah,
again, like I've told you how good he is at analyzing players. You have to go check it out. He has 2 now. One is Ty. What was the first one? Was it Cucurella?
No, that's your one. It's Chukwuemeka.
Yeah, Chukwuemeka.
Okay, it's Kawani Chukwuemeka. You have to go see those videos again. Please, and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't.
Thank you, Ty.
You see, Roger attests to how good the videos are. So please go check them out. Go ahead, Roger. Sorry.
Yeah, they're excellent. I found especially the Connor one, yeah, very in depth, very analytical. Excellent. Exactly what I want to see when I'm looking at a profile. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, Bobby, again, it looks like Roger is done. Again, I'll get your thoughts on, again, letting Umpire go. Again, on the insights we looked at and what you think. Again, Roger, just quickly, what do you think the outcome of the game will be? And then I'll go to Ty and then we'll round off with Bobby quickly. We have just about a minute to round off so that people can go
Hard to say. I'm hoping a victory, obviously, but I'm pathetic at prognosticating. I really am. Don't even count on me.
Okay, how about you, Ty? What do you think the outcome of the game would be, and what type of game do you expect, given, again, the opposition's lineup? Again, this is Chelsea perspective. Had it been a soccer perspective, we'd analyze both teams. But go ahead, Ty, your thoughts on what you expect.
I expect a high and intense game. Wolves will be hungry for a win as well, and they have players that can harm us if we're not careful. So I think we need to be careful in terms of their attackers, and their midfield is also impressive. So we need to be on top of our game as well. But I think we will win. I hope we will win, and I'm going to say 1-0. It will be difficult, but I think we'll win.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, let us know what you think the outcome would be. Chelsea should sign Kyle Walker-Peters from Southampton. We've talked about that before. I don't think Chelsea are interested in the player. Just quickly, Bobby, your thoughts. What type of game do you expect so that I can go get ready? And people, please do join us for the Watch Along. It's always fun. I hope to see you guys there. Bobby, your thoughts before we end this one.
Yeah, my thoughts are just we're still looking at what Tuchel's about, isn't it? This is the 4th game. We don't know.
Yeah, you mean Potter.
So, yeah, Potter. This is the 4th game. We don't really know. This is the first time he's actually stretched and used the squad. So I can't predict. I really can't. If we're thinking that the game against AC Milan means that we've suddenly arrived, well, we don't know arrived where. I think, yes, it was good that how we performed. It really was. We're grateful for the performance, but a lot of our good performance was also down to Milan's sudden bad performance. And I think at the San Siro, we need to be so much more careful because they're going to be a different proposition. They're still beatable, but I just think we're still learning under Potter what this is about. I think we will win. I don't know if that's my heart or my head talking, but I think we've got to be on our game, just like we always have to be. And we've dipped into the squad. Now we're seeing how effective these so-called squad players are. If they prove to be what we want them to do, then yeah, we've got some healthy competition. But I still think there are some deficiencies in the squad. I never like seeing Jorginho play. I know we have no choice. So I don't know. It's a wait-and-see situation for me.
All right, guys, thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. Again, the match has already begun. Actually, it should be starting right now. See you guys on the other side where we do the watch along. Thank you so much for finding the time to join. Much love from here. See you on the other side. God bless us all, and bye.